AITA for sticking to the financial rules my husband made years ago. Obligatory throwaway. When my husband R and I first moved in together, we started putting a percentage of our earnings into a joint account to cover rent, bills, etc. He explained that he had a side business and insisted that the money he earned from it was for his personal use. I was fine with this arrangement. The first few years together, he was doing pretty well, earning in the range of $300 to $500 per week. However, over the last couple of years, his earnings have really dropped off. He's had a few issues with orders and demand, but whatever the reason, he's been making maybe up to $50 on a good week, and often nothing at all. Meanwhile, I started my own side gig last October, which surprisingly took off beyond my expectations. When I started, I said I would use any profits for fun experiences, thinking I'd only make a couple $100s a month. Now, I'm around the $8K mark in sales. So far, I've used the money to fund family outings, make birthdays and Christmas a bit more extravagant, and even put down a deposit on a holiday, which R was completely supportive of at the time. But now, R has started getting bitter about how well I'm doing. He's made a few snide remarks, but lately it feels like outright disdain. For instance, I bought our son an iPad for his birthday this week, and that sent my husband over the edge. He complained that it's unfair he hasn't been able to buy himself so much as a new video game in months, yet our son gets an iPad, etc. Tonight, things escalated into a full-blown argument. R accused me of buying all these lavish things when he can't afford them anymore. He argued that because I'm now making extra income, I should be putting more into our joint account so that he can keep a larger portion of his paycheck for himself. I need to emphasize that all our bills are covered, and he does have money left over from his salary each week. It's only been since launching my side gig that I've had the ability to splurge, whereas previously, I had to save for months to afford bigger things. So I refused his demand. He had set the rule that his side earnings were for his personal use, and I believe it's only fair that the same rule applies to me. There were months when he was making thousands a month, and we never changed our budget. For years, I watched him buy new computers, consoles, and spend an ungodly amount of money on card games, and I never complained. Now, though, he's trying to change the rule because it no longer benefits him, and I don't think that's reasonable. It's not like he's not benefiting from the experiences and the upcoming holiday I've funded. He attempted to argue that the situation was different, but couldn't explain how, apart from pointing out that he hasn't made that kind of money in a while. I stood firm in my refusal. He called me a few choice names and stormed out. I know the saying, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, yet I can't help but feel bad. There were times when I felt jealous because I had to save for months to afford things he could buy immediately, and I think I empathize with how he's feeling now. But I also wonder if I've become jaded because of those experiences. Maybe putting an extra $100 into the joint account each month would be worth avoiding the argument altogether. Still, I feel like it's about the principle. AITA for refusing to change the rules he established years ago. Discuss in the comments section below, and I'll pin the most upvoted comment. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to hear more stories animated and read by AI.